Good morning. I'm on the porch. Yeah, I'm on the porch. Today is about voter suppression by the Democratic and the Republican Party. Ex-felons got a right to vote. They got a right to vote. And y'all been trying to suppress the black vote because you got a lot of ex-offenders. This whole election cycle since 2006, y'all been oppressing our votes. So if you vote for Hogan, if you vote for Donald Trump, you voting for 1925. That's Project 2025. All they doing is reinventing birth of a nation. They're rebirthing racism. You know what I'm saying? And making it okay, and it's not. Like I said, I'm on the porch. This is Activism 101. And I got a trial for activism in Ivan Bates. Racism don't work without black cooperation. All right? You need black votes 2024. Republicans and Democrats. So this is our ask. Gaza got the biggest outdoor prison. Maryland is one of the biggest prison industries in America. Louisiana, Chicago, Illinois. So we're talking about mass incarceration in your prison industry. That's what this is all about. From 2006 to now, a social scientific experiment. Remember Allegory of a Cave? It was about prisons. This is about prisons. That's President Trump. That's my dummy. Because you can learn a lot from a dummy. He reinvented racism. He made America great again to make America's hate again. And he's been feeding off that hate. But he need black votes to get over. You can have all the white supremacy you want, but black votes matter. All right? And if you vote for Donald Trump, you voting for white supremacy. And if you got a problem with me, holler at me. I ain't hard to find. I support Asselbrick 2024. Asselbrick with an ask. And I ask that you do defend our rights. All right? I've been denied due process and equal protection since 2006. All right? Senator Hardin know about this. And this is covered under the dissent decree, too. So we're going to get to all this because I'm getting ready to run you down. Like we on the porch, and this is what old people do when they on the porch. They tell stories like Mark Twain, and I'm Mark Twaining you. That's Dwayne G. Davis, 1402 Lockton. Dear Mr. Davis. And that's President Barack Obama in 2009. I told him what I was doing. I contacted my presidents, my senators, my congressmen, and my elected officials. I just didn't contact you. But I contacted y'all right here, Dwayne G. Davis, N62528, and told y'all what I was doing. That's Judge Badar from the dissent decree. All right? Judge Badar and Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. And that's Shorty. See the date? Because we're in the numbers, and y'all in the paperwork. You feel me? Y'all in the paperwork. Whoever having knowledge of actual commission of a crime, that means that you had knowledge. You see that? That's Governor Westmore, Attorney General Anthony Brown, Ivan Bates, Baltimore City Police Commissioner Worley, Senator Hardin, Mayor Scott, President Biden, Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. You see that? And that's Shorty's. I own me. All right? Ex-felons got a right to vote. They got a right to vote. If he can vote, I can vote. If I can vote, she can vote. If she can vote, we can vote. And we're going to vote and talk about the Supreme Court. Right here. That's me. Davis versus Illinois, 2007. We're going to talk about the Supreme Court, and you're going to be my main witness. Because you had evidence and knowledge. You covered it up. You had Keith Davis locked up, and you charged him and charged him. You wouldn't let Keith Davis free. Well, Keith Davis free. I want a trial. You free Keith Davis? I want a trial. This is about Ivan Bates, art and activism. And this is activism on trial. That's a court summons. All right. Y'all charged me with a terrorist activity. All right. You charged me with a terrorist activity here. You charged me with a terrorist activity here. Racism in your judicial system. You feel me? Racism don't work without black cooperation. So I built you a toilet like I built everybody else one. You just graduated to the shorty class. Like I said, you vote for Hogan, you voting for Trump. It's a Hollywood production. That's Natasha. That's Natasha. That's Obama. That's Obama. That's Ivan Bates. And that's Ivan Bates and the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. You feel me? And that's Robin Hood. That's the New York Post. And this is about the money. And that's me. That's me and Richard Wright, David. All right. He's a lawyer in Baltimore. Ask him about me. That's my store on Falls Road. We're talking about America and the shit that you do. That's the controller of Maryland, Brooke Learman. You feel me? And that's Ivan Bates. And that's Fox 45, because Ivan Bates want to protect Fox 45. So I'm going to tie y'all together. If you want to protect Fox 45, that's on you. But right here it says the dissent decree. First Amendment of the Constitution. Protected. You feel me? That's all of your dissent decree. And you violated your dissent decree. So we're going to go to the Supreme Court with it. That's Gov.O'Malley. All right? Department of Parole and Probation. Grand jury. Legal mail. Legal report. So Ivan Bates, everything that you got, let's make this clear. Everything that you got, it's a movie. It's a documentary about the courts and the corruption in the courts. Like I said, racism don't work without black cooperation. That's Fox 45. Ask Keith Daniels about me. He ain't allowed on the streets. When I see him, he got to pack it up. Same thing with Fox. If I see him, they got to pack it up. And you done seen me make a lot of people pack it up. We're going to pack it up again. That's the Constitution. U.S. Constitution Day. That's Attorney General Anthony Brown. That's Ivan Bates. Anthony Brown, Ivan Bates. For more information about Mr. Davis, he can be found on Facebook. Yeah. That's the House Judiciary Committee. You feel me? That's Jared Jimenez from the Board of Elections. That's Delegate Kaylin Young. And that's Steny Hoyer. In regards to your documentary, I would not be able to appear. That's Governor Westmore. That's Senator Cardin's, and I was doing a documentary about my store on Falls Road. That's Senator Cardin's. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. And that's Senator Brooks. You feel me? We talking about the money behind the machine. So Governor Hogan, you made $4 billion off the prison industry. You don't deserve to serve. If Blagojevich can go to jail for selling seats, you can go to jail for selling us. Maryland's prison industry, mass incarceration. You got that? Says it right here. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Social media for social change. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. So Ivan Bates, are you paying attention? Because you got my paperwork. You feel me? You got my paperwork. That's Ivan Bates. So on Monday, you need to return my property, because that's Johnny Oleski and that's Governor Hogan. All right? That's Johnny Oleski and that's Governor Hogan. It's a time to pee. You feel me? And I use the toilet for my peeing. We talking about mass incarceration in your prison industry. That's Jill P. Carter. That's Asselbrook. That's Jack Raskin. That's Barbara Mikulski. That's Ferguson. That's Brent Jones from the Baltimore Sun. And you see who he is. That's Chuck D with Public Enemy. That's my toilet at the Department of Justice. That's my toilet in Washington, D.C. That's Ozzie Newsome. And that's me on the House of Cards. You feel me? And right here it says, Director of Promotions and Arts, Baltimore, New York, Chicago, and Philadelphia. My name is Dwayne Davis, a.k.a. Shorty. All right? I'm writing you to inform you what I was doing. That's right there. That's right there. Mayor Brandon Scott. And that's President Trump right here. President Trump got this too. I'm a weaver in Baltimore. The best of the best in Baltimore. You feel me? Y'all ain't trying to take care of us, so I got to take care of us. That's Governor O'Malley. It's a Hollywood production. You feel me? A Hollywood production. House of Cards. First Amendment of the Dissent Decree. Remember that. First Amendment of the Dissent Decree. That's Ivan Bates. And you had that for over a year. Ivan Bates. See the big picture here? You and Baynard Woods said we got a monster. Well, Shorty defeated the beast. Get Shorty. You freed Keith Davis. I want a trial. You freed Keith Davis. I want a trial. I'm going to keep putting toilets out till you give me one. You nearly processed my case. That means that you can bring that case up at any time. So I'm going to make you bring that case up right now. Because I'm going to put this toilet in front of the courthouse. I'm going to put it in front of the federal courthouse. No. Go Google search C.D. Witherspoon meltdown. Google search C.D. Witherspoon meltdown. I put a toilet in front of the federal courthouse and C.D. Witherspoon lost his mind. He part of the NAACP. We're talking about the prison industry. Get my paperwork. That's legal mail. If you don't respond to that illegal mail, we're getting ready to go to the postal inspector. That's going to make it a federal investigation. So everybody with those green cards, I'm not an immigrant. I'm an activist. And my activism is documented. That's why you got them cards. And I'm getting ready to pull yours. Ivan Bates, you got first. President Trump don't deserve to serve. You vote for him, you bringing back white supremacy. You feel me? I'm an activist in Baltimore. And it's all right here. It's all right here. Asselbrook with an ass. Ex-felons can vote. Remember that. I support Gaza. I support Palestine. I ain't left you out the picture. You getting ready to run for office. You got my paperwork. We talking about the prison industry. And these are the supporters of shorties. These are the supporters of shorties. That's a right to property. That's the 4th Amendment. Constitutional right to property. And y'all took property from me. You feel me? These are the supporters of shorties. So Judge Badar, you need to turn that over. See who that is? We're going to go name by name. That's the Visionary Arts, the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. That's Mayor Brandon Scott, supporters of shorties, since 2006. All right, since December 2006. See who that is? That's Ivan Bates. That's Speaker Jones. That's Senator Benjamin Cardins. All right, 2023. That's Delegate Stephanie Smith, 2022. That's Natasha from the Public Defender's Office. That's Senator Benjamin Brooks. If you go to Senator Benjamin Brooks, he got all my paperwork. You feel me? It says it right here. We are employing any and all appropriate officials in the state of Maryland to achieve complete justice in Illinois. That's Benjamin Brooks. He got all my paperwork. That's Delegate Clippinger. He's the House Judiciary Committee. He got my paperwork. That's the Department of Justice, Eric Barron. We talking about Illinois and Maryland. Like I said, if Blagojevich can go to jail, so can others. That's Jared Jimenez. We talking about voter suppression. Ex-felons got a right to vote. We are employing any and all appropriate officials in the state of Maryland to assist Shorty to complete justice in Illinois. That's Dred Scott. I'm a free man in one state and I'm a slave in another. And neither one of y'all want to help a brother. That's Bill Ferguson. That's St. Paul School for the Boys. That's Bill Ferguson. That's Worley. And that's the 4th Amendment. The right for people to be secure in their papers and properties, houses, all right, effects. Y'all took my property. You feel me? Y'all took my property. So Brooke Learman, Adrian Jones, I'm an activist in Baltimore. You need to ask somebody. Ask Asselbrook. Ask Ivan Bates.